Hello, I'm Amanda,
And I'm Mack,
and welcome to iCube After Hours. Are you clocked out?
because we sure are.
So join us as we dive into what it is we do here at iCube. Mac, what is it we do at iCube?
Well, Amanda, not many people really know, and that's why we have this podcast. We want to shine light on what our department does and how we do it.
Join us as we sit down with our fellow innovators and iCube team members. What time is it, Mac?
Looks like it's 4:31.
Well, it's time to get started. Thanks for coming to iCube After Hours. We have Daphni today to talk about Ollie Otter and other
Thanks
things.
for having me.
Thanks for coming. We really appreciate it. I just want to start with, how did you get to iCube? How did you find it? How did you get here?
Where's the camera? Right there. I know Kevin.
We definitely need to get Kevin on here.
Yeah,
I
he's
kind of
gonna
want
have a
him
lot
to
to
give
say.
us an account of how he thinks we all started and see if he remembers, because Kevin really is instrumental in like how many of us got here. So you met Kevin.
Yep, he saw my potential and offered me a job at the iCube. He needed help with the Ollie Otter program and said, hey, I can interview tomorrow. And I came in and the rest is history.
And that was a few years ago. That was before
Yep,
COVID and all
4
that.
years, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. Mhm.
Time flies.
It does.
Gracious.
Especially with COVID in between.
Yes. Yes. It's like BC, AC. Before COVID, after COVID.
Oh, yeah.
It's really like a good
The
like
new measurement.
indicator of time.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Seems like forever. And you've been here for full time for like 4 years,
Mhm.
but you're also a student now?
Yep, I'm a full-time student as well at Tennessee Tech.
Oof.
So, yeah, I'm a sociology major. So,
Yes. Yes. That's fun.
Yeah.
I don't miss going to class. Like, you're busy all the time.
Yeah. Is that the only reason why?
Mainly. I loved what I learned. I love being a golden eagle, but my gracious, I just never had time to do anything. And with Ollie, I feel like you're always traveling too.
Yeah, somehow I still have a lot of personal time. So that's good.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Do you want to tell us, I guess we've said a lot. We've said Ollie like 5 times now,
Yeah.
but some people might not
What
know.
is Ollie for the people at home?
He's a cool guy.
Yeah, cool cat.
The cool cat. Yeah, in Tennessee. He's the Ollie Otter. Ollie Otter is the child passenger safety mascot for the state of Tennessee. So he travels to all 95 counties throughout the year to teach child passenger safety to grades pre-K through 4th in various communities around the state. And yeah, he's pretty fun. He always wears a seatbelt. You'd probably recognize him if you saw him. He's wearing a bright orange t-shirt to represent the Tennessee Road Builders and, of course, the state of Tennessee. And yeah, technically he is a Tennessee River Otter.
A Tennessee River Otter.
So, yeah.
Yes. And it stands out wearing bright orange.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like part of the presentation.
Correct.
too.
Yeah. Yeah. When we bring out Ollie, we mention, okay, so you see Ollie's orange t-shirt. Yeah. What does that mean? We just talked about this previous to like bringing Ollie out. We talk about the Tennessee Road Builders, slowing down, using caution. Orange means to slow down and use caution. So
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, I didn't know there was a Tennessee Road Builders Association before Ollie. So they build roads, right?
yep, they build roads, sidewalks, bridges, all kinds of things. They fix the roads that we drive on to keep them safer. And yeah, we see construction zones all the time, every day.
Yes.
And we kind of tell kids, you know, to remind whoever's driving them and down the road in the car to slow down and use caution, not only to keep the Tennessee Road Builders safe, which is super important, but also to keep themselves safe from all the hazards that come along with entering those construction zones. So
Yeah.
A big part of his message is under 4'9". It's booster time, and it's cool when the kids get a little bit older. A lot of them come to TAC and they remember that chant. Because how long have we been doing this now? How long has it been around?
17 years,
17.
if I'm not mistaken.
So I mean,
Give or
that's
take.
like an entire childhood lapsed, which is pretty cool. But the 4'9" booster time. Do you want to talk about that?
Yep, under 4'9" booster time.
It's like is that the law or the best practice? I know there's a difference between the two.
Yeah, so Tennessee state law says that any child that is under 4'9" and under the age of 9 years old needs to be sitting in a not restraint device, but a booster seat, more or less. So, yeah. And then best practice is, if they're under 4'9", no matter what their age is, they should probably be sitting in a booster seat. So
Why is that?
because the seatbelt needs to fit you properly when you're riding in the car.
The
Seatbelts are designed for adult-sized people, and adult-sized people are over 4'9".
part I remember is it belts?
Belts to bones.
Belts to bones, and then like a little.
Yep, your seatbelt
shake.
should fit you belts to bones. So,
Yes.
yeah, your shoulder bone, chest bone, and hip bones. And if you're under 4'9" and not sitting in a booster seat, your seatbelt's gonna fit over your neck or your stomach. So these are very soft parts of our body that we want to keep safe. As we all know, the seatbelt locks up pretty quickly in a car crash. So if it locks up over your neck or your internal organs,
Yeah.
it's not safe, not
Not
fun,
good.
very dangerous. I mean, I even tell adults that, you need to make sure your seatbelt fits you belts to bones. The message doesn't just go out to the kids. I also tell, people in general. So,
I definitely grew up putting the seatbelt behind my back
Right.
because it cut into my neck, which probably
Yeah.
means I just should have been in a booster
did you
seat.
see your parent doing that?
No,
Did you see any adult doing that? Where did you learn that?
I really don't know. I think I just complained enough to where my
Oh.
parent was like, okay, just get it out of the way.
Right.
Like, buckle up, but
Right.
just put it behind you. But
Yeah.
that's not good. But I also couldn't tell you that I ever remember sitting in a booster seat. And
Right.
that would have been till I was like 9, I mean, at
Yeah.
least. And I remember a few things from that time. I feel like I would have remembered a booster
Yeah,
seat.
I vaguely remember the booster seat law happening.
Okay.
And my parents said, hey, this is a new law in Tennessee. Maybe we should do this. But I was already, in 4th, maybe 5th grade.
yeah, like
and-
right at that
Yeah.
cutoff for height. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not very tall now, but
Which
I think I was a little tall as a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I forget. But I've pretty much been the same height since like 6th grade. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, buckling up is good for everyone to remember.
Mm-hmm.
I think like the target market for all of our buckle up messaging is like older guys.
People my age, yeah.
Yeah, your age.
I'm the demographic.
You're the demographic. So I think something that I like about Ollie is that now that he's like getting older, like the hope is that people are remembering that from when they're a kid and they're like, oh, obviously I buckle up, duh. When they're older.
They
And-
carry the message with them throughout their lifetime.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I always say during the presentation, I kind of like end it with, and make sure to always wear your seatbelt no matter what. Isn't it like every trip, every time? Yeah, and make
Yeah.
sure you always wear your seatbelt belts to bones no matter how old you are.
Yeah. And Ollie is one of the partners with him is the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, right? That we do a lot of work with
Mhm.
outside of Ollie, but the every trip, every time, that's a
Yeah. That's a THSO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NHTSA thing, yeah.
it's nice that they can like work together
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah, they really do have a lot of synergy there.
Mhm.
So that's a lot of traveling, right?
Yep.
And buckling up.
Yeah.
Buckling
While you
up
travel.
every trip,
Yeah.
every time.
I know when COVID came around, all the schools shut down, but we still had to have presentations. We still had to reach the children. How'd you tackle that?
Everything went virtual. So we ended up having to create a slightly different presentation to present virtually to students in classrooms across the state. So not everyone had the technology to watch the presentation all in one group setting. So we ended up having to do multiple presentations to different classrooms within a school. So that's kind of something that, we had to change and kind of navigate through.
Kind of had to come up with it on the fly, right?
And that's probably what all the schools were doing too, is figuring
Yeah.
out how they're going to have
Yeah.
internet and videos and all that too.
Yep. And we had to try not to stress the schools out more than they already were. And
Yeah.
So,
But you still met goals during that time of showing Ollie to kids. Like you've got like pretty big goals every year with the Ollie program.
yep, we do. I think it's, I'm not going to say it. Cut that out. I don't even.
It's written down somewhere. It's a big
it's written
number.
down somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yes.
So, but yeah.
Always meeting goals and working with students from tech in the office.
Yep, Tennessee Tech students help a lot with the Ollie Otter program. That's the driving force of the program, really, is getting those students to help out, and it looks good on their resumes. It's fun for them to get the experience, out in the real world while they're still in school. So it's pretty beneficial for both the Ollie program and Tennessee Tech to have the students involved. So
I we walked around with Ollie a couple times on campus for different things. We filmed a video once in the middle of campus, and I just remember thinking, like, some of these kids don't know Ollie was made here. Mm-hmm. He was here.
They recognize him, but they don't make the connection. They just didn't know.
Right. They're like, why is there an otter on campus?
Yeah, well, he lives here, so
this is his home.
You can cut that out too if you want.
Oh yeah, I guess he technically lives in a safety barrel. Maybe.
Yeah, down by the river.
That's a rumor, apparently.
Oh,
that's allegedly a rumor.
Okay. He's kind of.
He really has a penthouse. He's just living the high life.
Well, he
celebrity.
Has been 17 years in this program.
Yeah,
so.
We do not know his true residence.
Rags to riches.
Yeah. That's funny. Tennessee Tech students, but those aren't the only people that you work with. Like at Tennessee Tech, you've got iCube team members, you've got students, but you work with a lot of other groups too.
Mm-hmm.
Or try.
We work with other colleges, like the TCATs in Tennessee, Tennessee College of Applied Technology, yes. And we work with different agencies, like law enforcement agencies, EMS groups, fire departments, so on and so forth. So there are a lot of moving parts within the state of Tennessee that help make these presentations happen and get Ollie's message out there. So, yeah, it's fun.
I know when I started, I worked with Ollie. I think you've worked with Ollie.
I think we've all done our Ollie time.
Done our time.
In one form or another, yes. I remember the Wilson County Fair walking around, and it was 100 degrees.
I've heard of this day, but I was nope.
That's a bad day to be an otter.
Yeah, there have been many of those 100-degree days where we've been in the Ollie suit in the past few years.
Yeah.
So, the summer presentations and events are always super important to meeting the goals.
Yeah.
So we have to do them.
Right.
And we like to do them. It's always fun because you're,
more
at,
kids
like,
and
fairs and different car seat checks and
but hot
4th of July events.
Oh yeah. Did you have some of those this
yes.
year? 4th of July events?
Yeah. We had more. Yeah, we had a lot last year too.
Okay.
So Ollie got to watch fireworks with the kids and law enforcement. So
I feel like those are probably pretty memorable experiences for the kids. Like, I saw fireworks. Like, I wonder how many of them are like, I saw fireworks, but I also saw Ollie. Like, how do they compare?
Yeah. A goal of mine is to eventually get a picture of Ollie Otter, with the fireworks behind him, one of those cliche firework photos with Ollie. Yes. We don't usually stay long enough to do that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's fun.
We do have some students that could help with that, though, because they're doing more than just they're more they make calls with you, but we've had some art students work with Ollie. We've had some marketing students work with Ollie.
They're learning the full spectrum of marketing skills through this program.
Yeah. A good goal with Ollie is make future marketers. Apparently, that's
really.
That should be part of the presentation, and also market.
Yeah, we have a lot of students from the College of Business come over that are very involved with marketing classes and whatnot. So,
would you say a lot of people that work with Ollie are business majors?
No.
Do you get education? What kind
we
of
get students from
range?
every major and background. So, art students, business, English, everything in between. Yeah. So, everybody does a good job.
Yeah. And I feel like there's a lot of since iCube kind of made him, there's a lot of places iCube can take Ollie. If we were hit social media hard, hit calling hard, we can kind of make the program better just based on our current skill sets at the time.
Right. And in order to do that, you have to get to know the students that you're working with. Yeah. So you kind of pinpoint their personality, their skill sets, what they like to do and want to do. what they want to get out of the program and working for Ollie. And then you kind of place them, doing these different tasks during the week.
Yeah.
And it helps them, helps us.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a lot of our iCube projects. It's you have to get to know the students, and then a lot of the times our projects are dictated by the students we have at the time. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Helps to amplify what they're going to school for and kind of like align with what they're learning.
So over the years, there have been a lot of kids that love Ollie. Those kids are getting older. Like, how does an Ollie enthusiast get involved, like give back to the program?
Yeah, the Ollie program has been super impactful across the state. So I have a lot of people reach out to us to get involved in some way for whatever reason, whether it's because they need to meet their own goals, they have volunteer hours that they need to gain, whatever the reason, they can get in touch with the Ollie program by visiting our website and contacting us through there. We get the message, we reach out to them, and we can set up a virtual meeting where I can teach them how to carry out an Ollie presentation. So it's pretty easy. We send them everything that they need, and they can reach their whole community or do an event here and there. It's totally up to them, but it helps the Ollie program, and it helps them, it helps their community. It's a win for everyone. So, and it's fun getting to meet all the different people, in the state that are carrying out these presentations and volunteering with us. They're special people. So,
yeah. I love thinking, I don't know if it's true, but I love thinking almost everything we do is like impacting communities.
Right, yeah.
You just want it to be good for the state.
it definitely is.
Yeah. I mean, buckling up, it's very simple, but it really doesn't happen it doesn't happen as much as it should, which is 100% of the time.
Yeah,
so,
well, especially in rural communities where they otherwise don't have a whole lot of resources and a lot of, information, reaching them. Just with the goal of wanting to visit all 95 counties throughout the state, we are visiting those rural areas, and like we're making a huge difference in their lives because they otherwise would not have had the opportunity to ask questions and make sure that their car seats are installed correctly, or even know that their child needs to be in a booster seat.
Right.
Sometimes they just don't know,
right,
until they see the presentation and see the poster on the wall, at the school or library. So. Yeah. And I mean, even having a kid, like I luckily know about the Ollie Otter program, but I don't know. I wouldn't I had a kid. Let me think. What do I need to look up? Oh, all of the laws about child passenger safety. Like, it's just not something you immediately think that there's even a law for, and then it just is. Yeah.
That's something you can't break.
And the laws are in place to keep their kids safe.
Exactly.
So,
exactly.
Prevent injury.
Yeah. The main goal, prevent injury.
Yep.
Keep them safe.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yay.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for coming to iCube After Hours. This was fun.
Yeah.
I love Ollie.
He loves you.
Oh, good to know. Good to know. That's a good otter.
Thank you for joining us today. This podcast was produced by Noah Mears in partnership with the Tennessee Tech Communications Department.
We hope you're leaving this episode with a brighter view on what iCube is and what our amazing team does.
Until next time, stay safe.